Lawfolds. So yeah, it is New Year's Day, so happy New Year's to everybody who's out there. Hope everyone had a good night, the best they could. I had a fairly good night, a few drinks, a few phone calls with some close friends. So yeah, it was all good, thank you very much. So we're going to carry on. I have nearly completed this contract here on field 23. It is a sowing contract of sunflowers. So that is nearly done. What we're going to do when we're done this contract is move literally just across to field 24 for a fertilising contract, which is quite a big field to fertilise, but it is paying out really good money. Right, first things first, top right hand corner, if you look at my money, I mean, we're not doing bad. The reason is we're not doing bad because I have sold all the sheep. I am going to sell the sheep pastures, the two that I have, because there seems to be a problem with them which I need to address. Whether they need an update or something, I don't know. I cannot find them unless I mean, I've looked and I didn't see them. I cannot find them in the mod hub anymore, the two sheep pastures that I have, because they are modded ones, and I cannot find them. So for some reason, for the last 2 days on here, they have produced no wool whatsoever. Well, I say not whatsoever, literally a tiny little bit, like nothing what they were doing. So I've sold all the sheep. What we're going to do, we're going to finish this contract off, start the contract on field 24. Fred will carry on with that contract. We will go and we will sell the sheep pastures, get rid of them, so we're going to get good money for them as well, and then we're going to buy 2 more open sheep pastures. You'll know what I mean when I place them. We have also got a silo being built on site as well, because obviously I had all the grass stored on Fred's farm, but it wasn't ideal. It's good of him, but obviously he needs his sheds for his storage of his crops, so whatever he wants to put in there, his machinery. So we've moved all the grass from his buildings into the silo. It's a multi-fruit silo, so obviously that's good. We have still got the foremost tractor on lease. We're going to take that back. Well, what's going to happen is, like I said, money-wise we're not so bad. We're going to sell the sheep pastures, then buy more sheep. I won't bother collecting myself, I'll just have them delivered directly. Yes, there will be a fee, but then we'll see what money we've got left, and I'm hoping, it's quite expensive, but I am really hoping that we can go and buy ourselves a new tractor. That's going to be a Fendt. I've had my eye on one for quite a while now. It is quite high on the old slot counts, and it is quite high money wise, but it's something different. Like I say, I've not used it before, so I've not used this tractor, well, I've got it before. This seed machine, sowing machine, whatever you want to call it, on the back here, we own this. We have got another one as well that we own. I've took a look, the contract's complete. What we'll do, we'll just run up the side here. It is nearly, what, 8 o'clock at night, so we are going to lose the light in the next few hours, which is a bit of a pity. We are day 3 of midsummer. So yeah, we're just cracking on. I'm going to be a little bit naughty. I'm just going to run up this side of the field. I'm not going to do the rest, because at the end of the day, the contract is complete. It's our seed. It sounds silly, but we're going to get paid for it, and then we're going to go across. So yeah. But I don't know what's going on with the sheep pastures, but like I said, we're going to rectify that problem when we go back to, well, it's the farm. What if I call it a farm? Our site, obviously, it's not a farm, but it is a farm, if that makes sense. Right, so just going to finish this. We will collect the contract money, which is paying out quite well. So we're just going to see what we've got left over. So, this contract is now done. Happy days. We'll fold this up. Like I said, these are 6 meters, these sowing machines. They're not the biggest, but they were quite, I'd say, relatively cheap. Not one of the most expensive ones, so you know, I can't grumble too much. Quite a big field this was to do. But with this sowing machine, you've got, as you can see, the little boxes on the little grey and black boxes on there. You can put seed in them, Not a lot, and obviously the front here, we can put seed in the front of that. Obviously, whoops, we've only just started, we're always crashing into things. With the other sowing machine, that doesn't have its own like boxes or tanks on the back to hold seeds. We needed this front one anyway, but they all go together. They all, you can see the pipe runs from the front to the back. They all hook up, both the same. They all look really good, I think. So yeah, just going to crack on. We ain't far away. The 4x4 is down here, as you can see in the distance, parked up next to field 24. We're going to drop this off with the other bits of machinery we have just above field 22. So we'll crack on with the fertiliser. We'll let Fred crack on with that, and we're going to go and do a bit. So what have we got here? So we have got, the trailer is here. We've got a pallet and a pallet and a quarter of a pallet of solid fertiliser. We've got two little pallets of seed. The other sowing machine is here. Like I said, there's no tanks on that. The fertiliser spreader is here. Fertiliser. We don't own that. We've leased that. We'll drop this down. Chuck that off. We have got a little pallet. Say little. There's a pallet of fertiliser there as well, which I've had delivered. I am thinking about, when we think about getting our own fertiliser spreader, because they're not expensive, I might get a front expansion tank like that, a hopper, whatever you want to call it, for the front, for the fertiliser. We'll see. We'll get there. You'll know what I mean when I start doing it. So anyway, what you need to do is... so there we go. Contract complete. 24,805. So we will collect that. Lovely. We're going to start this fertilising job here on field 24, which is going to pay out. Obviously, there's going to be... we'll take a little bit of a hit, because obviously it's our fertiliser we are using. We have to buy that. Obviously, Fred is going to need a wage, which is always the case. But it is paying out 36,177. So we'll say we'll take a bit of a hit on that, but it is worth it. So we are now going to accept the contract on field 24. I'm sorry if I'm rabbiting on a little bit. I'm one of them moods. So we'll pick the fertiliser up, and we will go for this pallet here. We'll top it up. Last very long. Right. We are getting the hours up on this tractor. Not huge. 20 down the bottom right hand corner. A little egg timer. 24.2 hours work. So she's done a little bit, but not loads for a tractor. Right. So we can hire a worker. This field is not owned. Well, no, it's field 24. We know it's not owned. Right. Why is it not letting me... seems a bit odd. It's not letting me hire the worker. It is field 24. Yeah, that's the contract we're on. Let's have a look now. Right. There we go. It's actually going now. Cool. To jump out quite quick. So Fred is cracking on as always, like he does. It is starting to get a bit dusk now, isn't it? A little bit dark. So I don't know how much we're going to get done before we lose the light completely. But I need to go and sort the sheep pastures out, because they're not producing any wool. There's obviously some sort of update it needs. But like I said, I couldn't find an update for it, and I can't even find him in the mod hub anymore. Where's he going? Bear with. And also, I've got a cup of coffee here, which is getting cold, so I'm going to have a bit of a slurp of that, so please bear with. That's it. It's got to that stage where it's a warm coffee. I like a hot coffee. Right. We ain't far away. A little bit of driving. We have got the silage bales to sell. They are all fermented into silage. They're ready to go. I always forget. Terrible. Field 28. The grass field. That is ready to be cut. So that can be cut. We'll probably put that in storage for feed. We have got quite a bit of feed at the moment. Or we'll make some more silage bales, whichever suits, if you know what I mean. So, like I said, 2 days. Obviously, if you watch previous episodes and you've played the game, especially on seasons with ×5, the sheep I mean, I had 500 sheep. Is that right? Yeah, 500 sheep. Something like that. I can't remember now. And they were producing wool. Well, 2 days. This is all the wool that them 2 pastures produced in 2 days. So that's not right. I mean, they've got water, they've got feed, and it shouldn't matter if we're planning seasonal work. They should. We've got 1 full pallet of eggs, which is good. I will wait until I get at least another 2, if not 3, if not 4, before I sell them. They'll be alright here. They're on the cover. So yeah, I was a little bit concerned why the sheep weren't producing. So I've already had my little machine out, but we'll have a look while we're here. I've been through all 3 stacks, and if we look, silage look. Obviously before they said they were still grass bales and they had so many hours left to ferment. So I said, well, we have got a chainsaw now, look. Lovely. Yeah, so they're ready to go, so we can sell them. Like I said, we have still got the foremost tractor here on leased. Here is our silo. Say a multi-fruit silo. Quite a nice looking bit of kit. We'll zoom out a little bit off our land here. So we haven't got a bad little setup, really. But like I said, I am going to have to get rid of these sheep pastures, which are enclosed, and get open sheep pastures, which, you know, not going to look, to me, maybe not look as good as these ones do, but they're going to resolve the problem. So what we need to do, we need to go into garage. We need to go along. So we're going to get some good money. So here we are. Large sheep pastures. So yeah, they hold 250 each. So I had 500 sheep, and I just don't know what was going on. We've got 1,000 chickens. So we're going to sell these. So we'll sell that for 90 grand. And we'll sell this one for 90 grand. So if you look at the top right hand corner, the money, look at our money, 588. Obviously it is creeping down because obviously Fred is taking a wage as he works, but that is good money. So this bit of land looks a bit odd here now. I have already tried to place the new sheep pastures. They said they're open, they're not fenced in, but the sheep do have a border which they will not cross. So we'll get back out of this, we'll go across to, I think they're in animal pens. They're still on here. Where are they? These are the 2 on here, but for some reason, like I said, they're just not working right. I don't know why. So we're going to go for these. These are cheap. I mean, cheap enough. I mean, they were, look, I had the large ones. They were 180 if you place these. These are 5 grand. So I'm still going to have to buy sheep and take a bit of a hit on delivery, but pretty sure I'm going to have enough money to go and buy this tractor. Yeah, we're going to take a chunk out of the bank doing it, but it's something that I've wanted for a while. So it's sheep pasture. So as you can see, you've got the 4 posts. I'm going to bring it out to about, I'm pretty sure I can overlap the other one, so I want a bit of gap. So I'm going to have them there. So that's 1, and I want another one. I'm pretty sure we can look. So we can overlap these a bit. So I don't know how much further I want to come out. So I might come out. We're losing a little bit of the grass field, but it is no biggie. I'm going to see how lined up we are with the other one. We can come in a little bit. So I'm going to go to about there. Like I said, we're going to take a bit of a hit on the land. But there we go. So I've just bought them 2. They've cost me, that has cost me 10 grand. Yeah, it doesn't, as I said, doesn't look as good, don't get me wrong, but it has resolved the problem. So now we can buy some sheep, get them. So look at the money I've got. It is mad. It's brilliant. Right, I'll leave that on. So So I'm pretty sure this is where we buy the animal from. One of these is water, one of these is feed. I can't remember which one. And the wool pallets will spawn here. So let's buy a load of sheep. We go here. So I had the Suffolks and the Dorsets. So I think we'll do that again. A large breed of sheep that grows extremely fast, produces modern amount of wool. Medium breed of sheep is used for wool production. It grows slowly. It is not very profitable. It doesn't require a lot of feed. So it's a medium-sized breed that grows fast but produces no wool. So it is going to be the Suffolk and the Dorset. So what we'll do, we'll go through the Dorsets. And I can't remember how many these hold now. I didn't even look, did I? I didn't even look to see how much they hold. 150. So we're not going to have as many sheep as last time, but at least they're going to be producing, aren't they? So open this back up. So we're going to put all Dorsets in here. So I'm going to take quite a bit of hit on buying them and the delivery. You can see the fee. Now I said that, am I going to have enough money to buy this tractor? Wow. They're not cheap. There we go. So we're taking quite a bit of hit on this. So we're going to confirm. Not too bad actually. So these are... Oh. What's going on here? For some reason some grass now has already appeared in here. Don't know how that works. So they're Dorsets. And they roam around on next door. So we're going to go for Suffolks now on this one. Suffolks. So here we go again. They do bear with. We are losing the light, I am aware, but we say we can get some water to them, we can get some feed to them, they can start producing wool, which I should be happy with. So we've got Dorsets in one pen as such, and we're going to have Suffolks. Here we go. 80, we took quite a hit on that. Still alright money-wise, because like I said, if we go into the contract, this contract is paying out 36, so we took quite a hit, but we did make good money when we sold. We are still better off. And like I said, these are going to produce now, so... I don't know, they're all mixing. I don't know how that grass got in there. So I'm happy. I mean, as I say, it doesn't look as good as it did before, but it's something, we're there. So we go back in here, we pan out, and you're going to go as far as possible. I think it looks quite good though, because you can see them all. I'm happy with that. Right, so what we need to do is... Lights are coming on. We are losing the light quite quickly. It is now 8 minutes past 9. So what we'll do... So yeah, if you remember from a previous episode, we had... This was full of grass in that shed. I think the lights were in here. Left the lights on. This shed was full of grass, and I have bit now aware that I've left the lights on. Oh, can I turn them off? Turn them off, I don't need them on. That was full of grass, if you remember rightly. And then, do bear with, I'm just going to finish this last little bit of coffee because I have forgot about it again, got so engrossed. Oh, that's better. Keep me going for a little while for the night shift. Right. So, and if you remember rightly, there was this little side sort of lean-to here, and there's a little bit of grass. This was full of grass as well, not a lot, but this was full of grass. As you can see, we've got the last little bit. This needs a good wash. I think we've used this more than what Fred has, but you know, it was my choice and I picked it. So, as I said, all the other grass according to our silo, we'll need a bit obviously for feed. Get most of that in there. we'll just put this in here. I think that trailer is empty completely. Yeah, this is a bit of a state. If I remember rightly, you can't even really make out the back lights there. I'll put indicator on. Just about to see the rear indicator. Yeah, it's pretty grubby. So we've used this more than what Fred has, so it does need a good clean. But like I said, all our grass is now in storage in our own silo, which we've had built, which I'm chuffed with. Fred's obviously got all his shed space back, which he's obviously chuffed with. That is literally 2% in the bucket. That is literally all our grass is now in storage for feed. Like I said, now I've sorted out the new sheep pastures, because the other ones were no good and they weren't producing wool for some strange reason. Oh, tip most of it on the floor. So we can now go and sort out the new pastures for the sheep. Give them a bit of feed, give them a bit of water. Hello Nick, Happy New Year to you as well, mate. Nice to see you've popped in for a little watch of the video, mate. Thank you very much, much appreciated. Hope you had a good night last night, buddy. Oh, I'm opening the trailer. We don't want to be doing that when we've got feed in the back. So yeah, we are losing the light quite rapidly. So I do want to go and buy this new tractor, if we can. So I do want to get this sorted out. By the looks for it, Fred needs filling up with fertiliser. He needs sorting out. So yeah, the new sheep pastures, like I said, don't look as good and as exciting as the other ones. But hopefully they're going to produce wool, because the other ones weren't, for some strange reason. So we're going to go to our new silo, fill up with some grass, fill these up, use the foremost to fill up with water, take that back, return that, because that is leased, hopefully by a new tractor, all before it gets really dark. We can sort Fred out on the same time, so we want to start filling. All we've got on there is grass in a minute. So we'll fill this right up. Don't know why I didn't take out the last little, fill it up completely. It's a little bit strange. Anyway. So we are losing the light. So, obviously that bit of grass did spawn in this side. So I presume that's where it's going to go. It should soon tell me. There we go. It's going to take quite a bit. So we haven't got as many sheep as last time. It's going to take nearly all of that, isn't it? That's the only thing, now they're open pastures, I'm going to run everything over. We'll get some more grass. So these need to be done, because I want these to start producing while the night hits and we lose the light. Lovely, so this time it's filled up completely. Last time it only went up to 80% for some strange reason. I don't know why. Be interesting to see how much water they take, how much grass. They've taken pretty much nearly a full load of grass. So that one is done now. Let's put some more lights on. Oh, you daft creatures. So yes, if you have played this game before, you know you know that you can drive through the animals and you won't kill them. How come there's grass in there? So that makes me wonder. There's grass in there as well. Is that because there was grass left from the old? It must be because there was grass left from the old pastures. Even though I sold them, that's very odd. That there's really grass in there. We'll do, we'll go onto here, we'll go into animals. Right, so the sheep pastures, they've got food. Chickens need sorted out. They've got food, but they haven't got no water, which is cool. We can sort that out. Right, so So we have got silage bales to sell. So I'm going to leave this here. Lights off. Out we jump. I need that again. We're going to jump into the foremost. We're going to open the back window. Why not? Put some candles on. And we're going to sort these out with some water. Whoa there. See how much this takes. Water trough is filling up. I'm happy with that. Very strange to have these open sheep pastures, unlike the other ones. Like I said, very odd. Seems weird to see them all wandering around and mixing. So we've got the Dorset sheep and we've got the Suffolk sheep all mixing up. I wonder what the weird thing to say. I wonder what sort of breeds the sheep would be if the Dorset mated with a Suffolk. What would you call it? Oh. So we need to go and sort Fred out. Fredering. Drop this tractor off. Buy our new tractor. And it's getting dark rather quickly. Is that going to take all of that? Left me with a little bit. Lovely. What we'll do, we'll drop that off. Right, so put some beacons on. We are going to go and, like I said, we are going to go and return this tractor back to the store because it's on lease, been on lease for a while, and we're going to buy a new toy. And I cannot even get out of the gate in one go. This tractor's pretty cool actually. I've never used it. Like I said, I like to use. There's so much stuff on this game. I like to use stuff that I haven't used before. Just so all my videos aren't the same, if that makes sense. And obviously it's not the same for me. There's Fred. He's all the way there. So we need to replenish him of fertilizer and crack on. Because it is getting dark rather quickly. Like I said, we are playing times 5. If I leave that there, let's see how much of the contract he's done. 34%. If I leave that there, then we know that he's got to start off from this. So we'll quickly jump back in the fence. Some candles on. Got through that fairly quickly. Like I said, if we get our own fertiliser spreader like this, I am tempted to get a front tank for it as well. Just so the capacity is lasts a lot longer. Because the field he's doing is a big field. Field 24 is a massive field. He's already got through all of that, and he's 35% into the contract, so he's not really, you know, he's going to need filling up 2 or 3 times, I would have thought, if not more. So it could be a case of getting some more pallets of seed as well. So like I keep saying, as I always do repeating myself, we're going to go and get this new tractor. It is quite expensive, the tractor I'm after. Quite high up on the slot counts, but I said we've worked hard, we deserve it. Our money is looking okay, we can make the money back. So when we get paid for this job, we'll be laughing. Obviously there's plenty of other contracts, as there always is, to carry on with. We're going to take all of that and fill that. Yeah, crack back across. So like I said, Fred's going to be quite busy through the night doing this. So I love this little tractor. I say it nearly every episode that I do. I love this little Fendt. Never used it before on any of my games. Brilliant little tractor. So that is hence why I'm going to go and buy another one. Bit of a bigger horsepower. I would like, obviously, eventually to buy myself my own mower setup instead of using Fred's mowers. My own collector, loading wagon trailer for the grass, all that. But like I said, we've had the silo built. We've resolved, or hopefully we have resolved, the issue with the sheep pastures. Like I said, the old ones just weren't producing wool. I don't know why, so I can't even find them. And I'm pretty Well, it didn't say they were a mod actually, but I can't. There's something not right with them. Anyway, he's about. What is he about here somewhere? Will do. Try it again. Sometimes it won't let him crack on. There we go. Fred's off again on his journeys. We need to get this back sharpest. We need to get this back ASAP because it is costing us a fortune. Like I said, this was a good tractor. I liked it. Never used it before. Do like the option with the big wheels on the front, wide. Really nice. So nice bit of kit. Ooh, I'm gonna get pretty stung when I take this back because it hadn't done a lot of work, but it's done 8 hours of work. I've had it a few days, and if you look at the fuel gauge, bottom right hand corner, there's not a lot of fuel in her, and she does need a little bit of maintenance. But I'm going to be a bit naughty. I'm going to see if I can get away with returning it with no fuel in it. We'll see. If not, I'll get stung and I'll have to pay for it, but we'll see what happens. Wow, gets dark really quickly on time 5, doesn't it? I want everyone to see the new tractor, you know. All my equipment there it's going to be fairly safe. I mean, Fred's only literally on the other field there. He'll keep an eye on all that for us. It's not going to go anywhere. Run this back. Our wheat fields, they're getting there. They're not ready for harvest yet, unfortunately, but they're getting there. There's no harvest contracts come up. There's still loads of fertilising, loads of seeding, and a couple of cultivating contracts come up. There's loads of them. I mean, loads. We'll you know, we'll have a look. See, look. We're doing that contract, fertilising, cultivating, fertilising, sowing, fertilising, fertilising, cultivating, sowing. God, sowing. Look, so there's still a shed load of contracts to be getting on with. But when it comes to us having to harvest our little fields of wheat, we're going to need a harvester. I haven't actually spoken to Fred about that yet, whether he's got a harvester or he hasn't, or we're going to have to lease one, because there's no way we're going to be able to afford to buy one. And if we did, we would take, turn the beacons off, we'd take such a hit on that. Anyway, we're going to return this back to the stores. 4 days we've had that. It's not bad, so we will return it. Right, let's buy our new bit of kit. So, medium tractors. I mean, there's obviously shed loads to pick from. So I'm going to go Fent. There's a Fent there, 180,000, only 13 slots. So I love the John Deere, love the class. There's so many tractors I'm going to pick from. There's another Fent there, 47. I'm 170. I'm going for this one here. The TMS second generation. It's 180,000, and that was out. That was without making it how you want it. So we're going to go for another Fent, like I said. Right, rim colour. I mean, they look all right, but I think generally I'm going to go for the red. Your main colour, your normal Fent classic. Yeah, that's not a bad different green. That's quite nice. I mean, you've got all the other ones, the turquoise and all that, but I think I will try and keep to a green. That's quite a nice green. I'm going to go for that. That's a bit closer. Design colour is, well, we're going to buy a front attacher. So I want the design colour to be the same. Or shall I have it red? I'll have it red. So, down to trailer bulk times, but so many options on these. Right, standard, wheel weights, wide wheels and weights. The TM 1060s, they look quite smart. With weights. I'm going for them. Design, so you look at the front grille, and the exhaust is original. We have chrome exhausts and a silver nose with a chrome exhaust. To be fair, I'm not much of a lover of that. I'm going to leave that as original. Right, front hydraulics. We've got without a front hydraulics without PTO, or with PTO, or back to that. We want it with a PTO so we can run front equipment. Right, engine setup. We are 192 horsepower, 212 horsepower. So we're going to have 212 horsepower. Front loader attacher. Now, if you remember design colour, I went to red. So now we put the front attacher on there. So now that's red as well. That looks quite smart. So all in all, what we're looking at total. So to lease this vehicle would be just under 10,500. We're going to buy this, and it's £205,850. So originally it was 180,000 standard. Now we've just upped that to 205,850. Right? We've got 417 in the bank. So it's going to take a hell of a chunk, but like I said, I wanted it. I've been working my way up to this. Like I said, we haven't gone through one full season yet, but I want it. We're buying it. To be fair, money wise, I'm not going to grumble. So let's have a look. I mean, it's dark. Yes. So Fendt, don't normally use them. So it looks like it's got good running lights on the top. Another set there of lights. Rear lights. Yeah, let's jump in. That's quite smart. Turn it off. So when we start her up with no lights, the displays come on. Indicator lights. Let's get out. Let's have a look. We've got the beacons. Nice horn. Let's have a light. So we've got the normal lights. Quite bright. Front rears, rear work lights, and then extra front work lights. So to be fair, there's some good scope on that. Let's go to a completely dark part. This is fairly dark here. Rears and fronts. I mean, look at that for work lights. This does 34 flat out. Like I said, I know there are the silage bales to be done, so I'm a little bit tempted to lease a trailer. And that I'm tempted to lease a flatbed with a dolly. The only thing I'm worried about, I'll show you what I'm on about, if you're that interested. Because there's quite a few bales, and obviously, when we done the wall pallets before, which is good enough, we leased... Where are we? We leased... What did we lease? Not that one. We leased that. Big enough trailer. But I said there are quite a few silage bales to get through. There are some bigger ones. I'm thinking about, and it's quite big, I'm thinking about leasing this Arctic trailer, and then obviously lease a dolly as well. It would probably be that. It's one of the cheapest ones. Leasing the dolly and doing it that way. The only thing is, as we know, it's very tight down some of the lanes and very tight getting into the yard. Now it's dark as well, which is a bit of a pain. So I'm probably not going to do that at the moment. I want to do it, as they say, off screen to see if it works. And if it does, happy days. If it doesn't, we'll have to go with a different option. But obviously, yeah, the quicker the better. So we're not going to do that. Look at all them work lights. Yeah, I'm chuffed. Easily pleased, you see. It is pretty dark. Let's see how Fred's getting on the contract. 56%, so he's halfway through that contract. Flying through it. Yep, he's halfway through. So, let's put some beacons on. Whoa! Thanks, pal. Sounds nice. Nice inside. Tidy. Tidy bit of kit. Yeah, we just did a little bit of tailgating. Got a turn in here somewhere. There we are. Just quickly nipping. Let's put some more lights on. So that's the scope on that for work. I don't think the other Fendt is as good as this for visibility, as they would say at night time. But you know, this just cost us just over 200k. You know, it needs to be, because if it wasn't, I'd be quite upset. What is it now? 11 o'clock. I'm tempted. It's a little bit naughty, I know, because I said I do like to try and keep things fairly realistic, but I'm tempted to go to my sleep trigger at the house, fast forward time magically, so in the next day, and see what wool has been produced. We have got to feed the chickens, but that's neither here or there. I'm interested to see what wool will be produced overnight when we fast forward. Fast forward time. Oh, so I'm going to go in here. Jump out, put a torch on. So what are we now? 11 o'clock. So I'm going to skip forward, what, 6-7 hours? So obviously, like I said, not as realistic as we like to be sometimes, but we're going to skip forward. So we're going to skip forward, what, 7 hours? So here we go. Top right hand corner, watch the clock go around. Wage packet, vehicle leasing cost, property maintenance. So we've took quite a bit of hit then. What is it now? 7 minutes past 6 in the morning. We are day 4 of midsummer. So I said, not the most realistic way of doing things, but... Oh, I know I didn't check. Does any of the doors and that open on this? Nah. Doesn't matter, but obviously a lot of stuff, doors and that open and all that. You see. So we're going to have to quickly run down in the Fendt. Love it. And we're going to have to sort Fred out again. Maybe we should have done that before we skip forward. So I haven't used this tractor yet. It's going to be, I'm looking forward to using it. See where he is. So he's right up the other end of the field, isn't he? Would be. Well, let's rock and roll. Shall we be naughty and cut across the field? I mean, we don't own it, potentially. Nah, look at that. With the rear... Sorry, I didn't... With the rear wheel weights as well. And with the front attacher in the red. I like it. I want to get it to work, go to earn its keep, obviously. We could have come that way, couldn't we? I didn't think of that. Could have cut through. So Fred, I would say, is round the top here somewhere, furthest away that he could be. And I'm now thinking to myself, why haven't I just brought the trailer over with the fertiliser on? I could have gone shot up right up the sides. I've gone, as they say, a roundabout way of doing this. The wrong sort of roundabout way, but a roundabout way of doing this. Yes. No one's perfect. And obviously I'm happy because I'm driving the new tractor, so that little bit more extra time driving, what I might do while I'm here, I don't think engine wise there's a little bit of difference, but size wise I don't think there's a lot of difference in size. Looking at these, whoa, oh my god. Yeah, right, let's have a little park up, shall we? Let's get out. Might put a torch on. Yeah, I'll put a torch on. So look. Sad as I am, I think that's pretty cool. So we stepped it up a little bit. We've got this old Fendt, which is a lovely bit of kit. So I love this little tractor. Fallen in love with it. Now we've got this saying, there's not a lot of difference size-wise. Obviously that's a bit more squarer looking at it, but that's got front PTO. This has got front PTO. Yeah. The green's a little bit different because I could have gone for that colour green, but because it's a next generation, I've gone for the little bit newer colour green, which I think fits quite right. Obviously, this has got a good set of work lights on the top, and so was that. But I would say this is brighter. Anyway, so like a fool, I've driven all the way past where I need to be, so I'm going to quickly, we can go across this field, because I don't think there's anything growing, anything. The only thing is now I'm getting my new wellies dirty. When I say wellies, I mean tyres, new rubbers. I'm getting them dirty, so, like I said, there is a little bit left in there, but I'm not going to cry about that too much. Let's see if we can cut to his trailer, because I've left all of that in the way. Can I cut this that way? Oh, are the straps on? Go bowling down there and tip it all off, and I've got nothing to pick it up with. This little trailer looks massive. It looked massive on the other fence. It looks like the trailer. The tractor looks massive. The trailer is so small. Nice. Yeah, why I didn't come and get this first and drive all the way around the other side of the field, I do not know. See what contract's complete. 62%. He ain't far off doing this contract. Like I said, if any of you are watching, I do apologise if it's not the right way of doing things by skipping. You know, it's 11 o'clock at night. We've now skipped forward to 6:30 in the morning now. Like I said, I don't mind doing night work. I've done it. I've done it plenty of times before. I've done night work before. The only thing is, when it sounds silly, when you're doing a video or like a live stream, people don't get to see a lot when you are working at night. You see the tractor with its lights on, and that's it, as you well saw. So to skip forward in time, as they say, yeah, I do apologise partly for that, but obviously it was done for the right reasons, so please don't hate me for it. So, we'll jump out. Fred's on the roll. We'll drop back. Right. Look at that, look. 2 fence. He's now gonna shower me with fertiliser. Is he going to go? There he goes. Lovely. So he's sorted again momentarily until that little message comes up saying that he's ran out again. Ah, yes. I am a big kid. New toys, eh? New toys. I do love it with the rear wheel weights. Nice looking tractor. So expensive and high up on slot counts. If you know what I mean by slot counts, if you played this game, but you might not, every bit of equipment, machinery has how do I like let's say a slot count. So what the computer can handle. So this was like 47. Obviously you can get other things which are like 10 slots, things are 2 slots and all that. So this first track, this was 47 slots, but now I've owned one, I can go and buy another one exactly the same, and the most it will use then will be 2 slots because I already own one. If that makes sense. And obviously there's only so much capacity that the computer can handle. So obviously putting buildings up as well takes up slot counts. You know, a lot of things like that. Bales don't take up slot counts, but bales take up space. You're only allowed to produce so many bales. I think it's 200. I think I've got 71 bales there, so let's see if any wool's been produced. Now please. Well, there hasn't. I mean, it hasn't been long, but there hasn't been any wool, so I'm a bit concerned again now. No wool has been produced at all. Ah. Now have I got to put wool? No, you shouldn't have to put wool pallets there. They should just spawn there, like the other ones do. Let's have a quick look. Mind you, they're not very old. Okay, so they haven't produced any wool yet. Okay, there's not that much sheep, many sheep there, but they're all right for water and feed. Obviously, chickens aren't. Oh, look at that run up. So nothing's been produced yet. All right, well, it says early days. So we're going to get a chance to use this new bit of kit. We need the. Well, no, we don't necessarily need the rear weight. We need the front. We need the front bucket, which I have left over the other side. So, see how that hooks on there quite nicely. I was a bit worried. We'll drop this off. Oh yes, using the new toy. Oh, always get that drop. What am I doing? We need this. So, I know I've got the big wheel loader there with a bucket on the back of the trailer, but I want to use the tractor obviously, because obviously it's new. It's got to earn its keep. Like I said, no wool's been produced, but it's early days. Eggs are getting there. We have got 2 spots. I don't think I have to place anything. I think the wool should just spawn like it would do normally. Let's have a look. Got a bit of wheat in here. Chicken feed. Get on about it. They're going to take quite a bit, so I probably would have been better using the big wheel loader with the bigger bucket on. But like I said, it gives me a chance to use this. So it costs us enough. But I said we did do quite well out of selling the sheep, then selling the original sheep pastures, and then replacing these sheep pastures and buying the sheep. We didn't do too bad out of it. It's pretty crazy just to see him. Oh, naughty naughty, we're nearly an hour into streaming, and as always, a little message has come up in the top right hand corner saying that the internet strength is not significant to play this stream, which always happens. It's no biggie, it's happened before. What we'll do to be annoying, we'll quickly go on to that. Apparently we're back on it. I do apologise for that little blip. It's always the way, like most of my videos are about an hour long or just over an hour, and we are 53 minutes in, nearly 54 minutes in, and as always it's trying to kick me off, and I do hate that, because like I said, it's quite abrupt sometimes, because I don't even say goodbye, so people must watch this and think, oh, how rude, he hasn't even said goodbye. It's not me being rude, it's the internet being rude. Them chickens are sorted. Oh. Love it. Like I said, I am chuffed. I don't normally sit inside the cab. I find it very awkward, and I suppose like anything, the more I do it, the more better I would be at doing this. Oh. Let's have a look. I will need to come out to see how much feed they take. If not, because like I said, when they're full capacity, as you saw, it will start chucking it on the floor. Taking all of that. Right. Quick go into the options, as always. Let's see how they're looking. not bad. Like I said, no wall as yet. It says early days. Right, well, I keep panicking for. Panic, panic, panic. Like I said, field 28, our grass is ready. Don't know about field 30. Oh. What's going on with that? It's a bit odd there for some reason. What we'll do, we'll drop the bucket off. That's because of where I'm parked. Is that okay there? That looks better. So like I said, we'll get our little machine out again, which I love. We'll look onto this. No, chainsaw, we don't need that. We'll go onto this. So there we are. Grass is 100% grown. 23% moisture. Ooh. I'm not going to be able to cut this at the minute because there's too much moisture in the ground. It's not going to let me cut the grass, is it? Yeah. So maybe we should have brought the trailer and the dolly over and done some of the silage bales, but it doesn't matter. So I'm hoping here, it doesn't look like there's a lot of difference. Field 31 we are now on. Let's get our little machine out yet again. Let's see what this is grown like. 67% grown, so that's not, you know, we need to look at the temperature today to see, are we getting warmer? Where are we? Today, apparently it's meant to rain. Meant to rain at about midday. Ooh. But then the sun will come back out. So if we were trying to make hay, the grass wouldn't dry, but it's just grass, it's going to be feed, so it doesn't matter. The only thing is, when it rains, you can lose a bit of the grass, if it makes sense. But that temperature needs to come back up, because I say I'm pretty sure 23. When we, so I keep going to these options, I'm pretty sure that when it says about the moisture, right, crop moisture, so it disallows thrashing when crops have exceeded moisture of 20%. So they're what, them grass fields are 23%, so I can't theoretically cut the grass fields in a minute, which is a little bit annoying. Yeah, a little bit annoying. We always get the mower over and have a look. Yeah, so I'm a little bit annoyed because I could have actually. So this is what I mean, seasonal work. It does catch you out every now and again. What we'll do, sod it I say, we'll get the mower over, we'll go and check on our field 30, field 29, see how they're getting along. I know they're not fully grown yet, but they are getting there. So, we'll borrow Fred's mowers, and like I said, we need to get a pressure washer. Here's the front mower. Get it like that, am I? Let's see how he's getting on with that contract. 85%. Oh yes. Let's hook up to the rear. Yeah, I need to get out of there, mate. I hit that post. Need to spin around. Can I do it in here? Oh! On a dime. Turns on a dime. Right. Oh, so I know it's not going to let me, but just for argument's sake, let's find the border, which I think is here, this field. It might let me cut. It is. It is letting me cut the grass, so maybe, because I've said I'm not up to it with, but we are on the edge of the border. Maybe because I don't play seasons that much, it's only for, like, your crops. But this is the border of the field. If we actually drive onto the field itself, no, I'm still cutting. Well, that's a good thing. Go around in a hell of a loop. So, I don't want to go on to field 31 because that, you can sort of just about tell where the borders are. Field 31, as we know, is not fully ready to go. So, obviously there's a lot more grub. We'll stay just... He stopped again. Fred, you're killing me. Right, what we'll do, like I said, while we're here, we'll keep right on the border, quickly jump out, so we can actually cut the grass. Here's our little wheat field. Obviously, it's not fully grown, I know that. Let's see how we're getting on with it. 33%. The crop moisture, wow, 73. Ooh, that's ground. That's not the crop moisture, is it? Sorry, that's the ground moisture. Ah, I think I've read this wrong. So, that is the crop moisture, and that's ground moisture. Okay, well, so any normal harvest, possibly not. Like I said, seasons, I'm not 100% on playing with seasons on, but I know we are meant to get some rain today, so we can start cutting this. Like I said, we can get rid of the silage bales as well. They're ready to go, so it'll be a case of bringing the trailer over. Like I said, once this grass is cut, it will be collected in a loading wagon and it will go straight into our silo, which is over there, which has been built. Yeah, like I said, sheep aren't producing any wool as yet, so I'm a little bit panicky about that. We'll see how we get on. The grass cutting hasn't got to be 100%, there's plenty of it. So yeah, what we'll do, we'll have a little bit of a recap. So, from the beginning, the original sheep pastures which were there, for some reason weren't producing wool. Seasons has had an update, but they were producing wool before the update. I'm sure they were. So now, like I said, we've now changed the sheep pastures. So fingers crossed, they're going to produce wool. If they don't, we'll have to go back to the drawing board and think of something else. Fred needs replenishing yet again to complete that contract. He's nearly done, 88% done, so we can sort him out. We bought a new tractor, obviously, which I'm chuffed about. Grass field are coming along nicely. Obviously, field 39 right at the bottom there is a grass field, but for some reason it doesn't. I cannot put any fertiliser and stay on that field. That's original. It is a original grass field, if you know what I mean. So I'm thinking about doing silage bales from that again, because the grass you get off field 39 right at the bottom on that map is crazy. What we're going to get off these two fields, 28 and 31, is going to be ample enough for feed. So we probably won't do any baling with this, unless we manage to fill the capacity of our silo with grass, and then we will obviously have to think about doing some baling work on these fields. So yeah, that's sort of everything recapped, really. Probably not one of the most exciting episodes to watch, but it needs to be done. Like I said, I keep saying I'm very concerned about the sheep. I want the wool, because money we can make out of it. When you take a, well, you saw from the previous episode, when you take two full trailer loads of wool down to the sell shop, can't get my words out, you make a good amount of money on wool. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I think that's about it, really. I'm just going to get this bit of this field done, so I must go and see Fred and replenish him. Love that word, if it's the right word to use, but replenish him of some fertiliser. Let him carry on, complete that contract. Let's see, he's got plenty of other contracts we can go for which pay out good money. Some not as much as others, obviously the size of the fields, but like I said, 36,177 for that. There's 16 grand, you know, 10 grand, 13 grand, another fertilising job, sowing jobs. I mean, there's plenty to go for. So we'll crack on, get some of them done. And that's about it, really. So yeah, also, I do apologise for skipping forward in time, but it's not a lot. I'll do night work, like I said, but it's not a lot as a viewer you can see while doing night work. Oh, we've got green seats. We can see a little bit better in here now it's daylight. Look, quite a nice looking bit of kit. Nice detail inside. Yeah. Do you like the fact that the pedals move and the joystick moves when we stop? Everything stops, brakes move, pedals, everything move, joysticks, yeah, the lot. Nice. And that's the little things that make this game for me. It really is. A lot of detail in this. So I'm hoping that we can check around on there. Oh, so this is not a bad setup, this mower setup. But it's not ours, not the biggest setup we can get. Now we've got a bigger tractor, we're about to go something a little bit bigger. There is a bigger towable mower that I've seen on the mod hub. I don't know whether this tractor will have enough guts for it. If not, it's going to be the usual butterfly setup, as you will all well know. But at the minute, this setup that we've got here with the front mower and the rear mower, it's doing the job. It's working. So we're flying through. So yeah, I am going to go. As always, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you don't subscribe and you want to, please do. So it's New Year's Day, so I hope everyone has a good rest of the day. And as always, keep safe. Keep doing what you're doing, people. And look after yourselves. And thanks for watching. This is Jay Plays Farming Simulator 19 Lawfolds.